Alrighty, folks. Today we are going to go ahead and introduce our project for this quarter, which is the Rube Goldberg project. So I'm going to walk you through what goes into this project. All of this information can be found in the project assignment, but I did want to take an opportunity to introduce it to you in this video. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the project overview is this. Your group will design and create a Rube Goldberg machine to crack an egg. The machine must use a minimum of 4 steps to do this, and it must use at least 3 different simple machines. No additional human action may be used other than to start the machine. So basically, you're going to put together a bunch of simple machines and you're going to have them perform a task. In our example, our task is going to be cracking an egg. Now, couple of quick pieces of information about this before we get into the details of the project. You can work alone or with a partner. Do realize this, though. Because of COVID, only one person is really going to be able to build the Rube Goldberg machine. And so since you all aren't going to really be able to go over and work in person with each other. So keep that in mind. If you want to work solo, that's fine. If you want to work with one other person and divide up the work so that maybe one person builds and the other person does the paperwork, that is fine as well, but the partner piece is optional. This project is worth 30 summative points. You will get 20 points from your group work and 10 points from your individual work. Please realize that if you work with a partner, there will be a partner evaluation to make sure that both partners did a fair share of work. This project is going to be due on Friday, October 30th, and please realize that all of the work for this project is done outside of class. We are not committing any class periods to working on this project. Alrighty, so let's talk about some of the requirements that you and your group will need to accomplish to complete the project. So first, you need to submit a drawing of the entire machine. Think about it as a blueprint that is detailed. You need to label each simple machine. At least 3 different simple machines must be used in your Rube Goldberg machine. You also must identify each step, and you must have at least 4 steps in your project. And steps need to be more than just knocking one thing into another. So you can't just have like a bunch of dominoes in a row. You need to do more than that. You also need to make sure you label every simple machine on your drawing, even if there are duplicates. So here are the supplies that you will need. The one supply that you'll kind of maybe need to go out and get is an egg. You can use a real chicken's egg, or if you have a plastic like decorative egg that splits open, that's fine as well. Your group is responsible for the materials that you will use. I really want to encourage you, try to use materials that you already have lying around the house or outside. Don't feel like you need to go out and buy anything. Try to make this machine with what you have. If you check out the project assignment, I have a big list of common household materials that are usually sitting around that you can use to build your machine. Also, be prepared with more supplies than you think you need. Sometimes you might need some more things than you initially anticipate. So if you are getting things, make sure you kind of plan to have a little bit more than you think you're going to need, especially things like tape or glue or stuff like that. A couple of tips. First off, work backwards from the egg breaking. So start with breaking the egg and then build backwards from that. YouTube is an awesome place to get ideas. If you search Rube Goldberg machine, you'll find a lot of great ideas for how to do this. I also have some sample clips in the folder this project folder that you can access and see what different Rube Goldberg machines look like. Also, simple and reliable is often better than complex and unreliable. For your final submission, you are going to need to film and narrate the action and share the clip with me. You must be clearly seen in the video, explaining each of the steps and identifying all of the simple machines used. Basically, this is just to make sure that you aren't going on YouTube, downloading a clip and submitting it. I need to see that you're doing this yourself. I will be the only person who sees the video. The only reason that wouldn't be the case is if I asked you if I could share the video, but otherwise I will be the only person who sees it. With my permission, you may create a machine that does something useful other than breaking an egg. So just all you have to do is ask first, and we can come up with some ideas. If you look on the assignment, you'll see a couple of alternate ideas. You just need to clear it with me first. No animals, including humans, can be used in the project without my permission. Basically, the only human interaction there should be is you starting the machine. So here is the rubric for how I will be grading. Feel free to check this out. It is on the project assignment. You can also see what the individual portion rubric looks like. Just go and click on that portion of the assignment. As you see here, it is worth 30 total points. All right, let me show you an example of what a student's Rube Goldberg project looks like.
So this is my Rube Goldberg project. So what's going to happen is the car goes down this ramp, which then will knock all of these dominoes down, which will hit that car, which will trigger the mouse trap, which, because of how it's set up, is going to pull the trigger for the gun, which will ultimately pop the balloon. So let's do this.
All right, folks, so there you have it. That's an example of a student's Rube Goldberg project. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. All of the information that we cover here is also in the assignment. And as I said, please check out the folder in here with the videos so you can see a bunch of different examples of Rube Goldberg projects.